Well, Hennepin County voters, they have decided, and they will soon have a new top cop in that county.
Yes, they will. In fact, joining us this morning here to talk about her win is Mary Moriarty, who won over Martha Holton Dimmick. Congrats from
Thank
last
you so
night.
much.
All right, she's here to talk about, of course, what is next for the office. So we begin first with late night. How are you feeling this morning?
I feel great. Thank you.
How much sleep did you really get?
A couple of hours.
It
was one of those, I was exhausted, but the mind was working about, okay, what's next?
Sure.
So.
Okay, so crime and policing, we know, have been the top of mind for voters and the last several years. And how do you plan to address this? We know George Floyd being a big focus of this election. What do you plan to do differently?
Well, I'm very honored and proud to be Hennepin County Attorney, and I'm really pleased that the voters in Hennepin County rejected the politics of fear, which I think the fear part was trying to convince people that we need to continue to do the same failed policies of the past. And so the voters resoundingly rejected that. And so what I see us doing is moving forward with effective public safety, because public safety is on everybody's mind and everybody deserves to be safe. But we have to use data and research and implement the types of things that we know actually work to keep people safe, and they will create a more fair and just system.
You are a former public defender.
Yes.
And talked about kind of increasing the transparency into
Yes.
the attorney's office. What does that mean for you? And what does that mean for the average person who, frankly, we don't really know what happens in that building, you know?
I completely agree. I did a lot of door knocking, and when I would talk to people, I would say, it's okay if you don't, but do you know what the county attorney does? And I would say about 80% of people had no idea. If I said DA, they said, oh yeah, I think I've heard that on TV. So I've said this on the campaign trail, that I think the office and the criminal legal system has been made purposely mysterious, because if you don't understand it, you can't ask good questions. And so you may recall I did commentary on the Chauvin trial, and one of my goals there was to make the system understandable for everyone, because I think that's important. People have to understand how our system works so that they can make really good decisions and ask really tough questions. So my goal is to be transparent about policies, why I'm making decisions, why I'm not making certain decisions. Data policies should be public. The county attorney is accountable to the voters. And so the voters deserve to understand what the office is doing, what the data looks like. And so I will be much more transparent and accessible to the community in answering their questions.
So you're taking over an office that we know Mike Freeman held for many years, the last 16 years, that longevity. How does it affect you as you step into the position?
Well, I go into it knowing that with any change in any organization, there's fear in the office about what's coming. So one of the things I'm going to do is reach out to people there. My hope is that, and I know people are, what's coming, well, my job as a leader is to make sure that people understand what the expectations are, that they get the training that they need to implement whatever they're expected to do. And then there has to be accountability. But my expectation is that people will be on board, or if they decide that this just isn't the thing for them, there may be people leaving, and turnover is just a natural part of transition as well.
Sure. Hennepin County Attorney-elect Mary Moriarty, thank you so much for being here. Congrats.
Thank you so much.